Hi, Divas! Welcome to a special edition of the Diva Discussion. I'm your host, Savannah Blow, and I'm as always joined by my co-host, Serena Epperson.
Hey!
And we are joined today by... Welcome to the Diva Discussion!
I don't know if we're so excited. I'm so excited, you don't understand. I love you,
You're
girl.
so cute.
I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm so
Thank
excited.
you so much. I feel honored to be the first diva on your guys' podcast.
I know, I was literally telling her, I was like, bro, I want to be her friend. I want to be her friend so bad.
I can't wait to be
No,
y'all's
we're
friend.
besties. We're besties. Like, we're
Yeah.
talking you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking over here with your matching Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Yup.
You already know. You already know.
Girlie's over here.
There you go. Speaking of Jey Uso, we know he's one of your favorites.
Yes.
So with that being said, who are your current in all-time favorites? Like, give us your Mount Rushmore of like wrestlers. You would
Okay.
say.
So I was actually talking about this with my dad. I was like, what do you consider like the Mount Rushmore? I feel like it's very like subjective. It could be different for other people. But for me, I think of the wrestlers. It's four, right? The top four wrestlers that like leave an impression on me. And right now, my top four, obviously, Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and Brie Bella.
Yeah.
I've
Oh my
always
God.
been a Brie girl. I love Nikki, but I've always been a Brie girl.
No, we're literally the Bella twins.
Yeah, we are. We talked about this. We're the Bella twins.
No, that's. I know Jay. You guys love Jay.
We talked about this on the pod earlier also.
Yes. How do you feel about this random feud going on between Jay and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller?
I feel like it's very random.
Yes.
I'm not opposed to it. I just feel like it's very random.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just, it's a setup for Crash Out Jay. That's my opinion.
I also feel like that too. And I like what I said earlier is that it's just like I feel like it's taking away a little bit of the steam too.
I agree.
And Gunther.
It is.
I'm just like,
No, I agree. I feel like it's a distraction or kind of like okay, we're in intermission. We're not WrestleMania yet. So let's like give Jay something to do. No, like I want my man to be focused on WrestleMania. And I feel like it's a setup for Crash Out Jay. And I feel like I agree. He's just so focused on these little dimwits that he's not like having his eyes on the prize.
No, I know. And like he keeps slipping. And like what Jimmy was like, you're not on your game. I know.
When have you ever seen our man botch?
No, for real. Never. Never.
I don't like it. Like it's keeping his eyes off the prize, and I agree. It's like distracting him. His eyes need to be on that title. So now that I really think about it, it's kind of pissing me off.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like it makes me so mad because it's taking away from him and Gunther, and it's kind of getting repetitive now.
Yeah.
Like, Jay wins the match,
Gunther
and then he's like celebrating, and then Gunther comes in and fucking chokes him out. Oh
yeah,
Gunther chokes him out.
It's getting to a point, babes. And what are we? 40 something days from WrestleMania?
It's like
25 days till WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I'm in the same world as y'all. So for some reason I thought it was 40. Yeah, no. I go hard for Jay. I love Jay. I will sit there and post like 20-minute videos of me just ranting about how they always did that man dirty. And he finally has his spotlight. He finally has his chance to main event WrestleMania and have a big title. Yeah, here he is beefing with some little boys. Come on.
Yeah. I know. No, when we went to the Rumble, that was my first live event ever.
Okay. That's a fire first live event.
I know. And then with my Jay winning my first event, I was like, oh my God. It was insane.
I think with my first event, it was Raw when I was 10 years old in like 2014. I watched the Usos on like a main event. It was like during the pre-show before Raw even started. It was like when they still had what was it? It was their first they still had like the paint on their faces. That's when I went and I saw them.
I love that era.
Like every time then it was always about Jimmy, but now it's about Jay, and I
love that. I love that.
So we know you create content for everyone around. So, what kind of content would you say you create?
I'd like to say I create a mixture of WWE girly things and lifestyle things. I like to just post what I love and like to incorporate like wrestling to it. So like I'll do like a spend the day with me on a Monday before Raw. You know what I mean? So wrestling has taken over my life, and honestly, not to get deep, wrestling has saved my life, and I just love to incorporate it in all the little girly things in my life.
Yeah, I noticed the Disney ears on the wall.
Oh yeah, I am a fat Disney adult. It's
I I was talking about this earlier, but I went to Disney last year. I went to um Disney World, and literally a week before I went, Rhea was there. I missed Rhea by 1 week.
no, me and my mom, we were literally talking about this yesterday. Every time Cody comes, we're either a day late or a day before.
Oh my
And I'm
goodness.
like,
Oh my God. Yeah, and you just meet Ren? How was
yes.
that?
So I was with my girl Kira.
Mhm.
I met her through the Wrestling Girls podcast. Not podcast, sorry, English, sorry, group chat. And we were just talking about how she's met a lot of wrestlers. She's met Dom, she's met Tiffy. She's like, I've never just met a wrestler like out and about.
Mhm.
And so we're just talking, getting on the ferry to go back to the ticket center, and there's Ren. She goes, oh my God, it's Ren St. Clair. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm like not there. And she's like with her boyfriend ever, and I'm like, I feel bad. Like, I don't want to go up to her. She's like, but we need a picture. Like, this is monumental. So we went up to her. I was like, hey, can we get a picture? She goes, oh, yeah. It was obvious that she's like, it was kind of startled, and we apologized, but like, she was so sweet, and we let her know, like, it was the first time we met. We became friends from wrestling, and we met her together there. And she was like, no, I feel really special. This is sentimental to me. I was like,
Oh,
That's
that's
so
so
sweet.
sweet. Oh.
yeah.
No, you need to tell her, you need to talk about the Disney College program.
Yeah, I just had my interview for DCP.
You know, it's also really crazy. I'm about to apply to the DCP.
Oh my goodness. No, it was so weird getting the email. I'm like, up, you have the interview, you have phone interview, go set it up. I didn't end
Mhm.
up getting in, but it's okay. I think I'm gonna apply like in a couple years after I graduate
Mhm.
and be in a more financial place.
Yeah,
But it's gonna be
I'm
so much
I'm
fun.
deciding if I want to do DCP. I'm like in this weird lull with school right now. Like I know what my degree is marketing, and I know that's what I want to do. But I'm like, what avenue do I want to go in?
Yeah. Speaking of marketing, we all three literally have almost the same major. My minor is marketing. Both of our majors are in film. But with marketing, where do you want to go with that?
So obviously, my dream job is to work for the WWE in marketing. Either if that's social media manager or just making the graphics behind the scene. I just want to work with them in any capacity that I can. Um, whatever that may be. I would love to be a social media coordinator. I had a little dream and little spark in there and possibly being in the ring one day, but that's a thought. That's a thought for another day. But right now, marketing is my route.
Yeah, be the next Kathy Kelly.
Every time I watch him, girl, I love you, but I'm coming for your job.
I know, for real. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, that would be awesome because my minor is in journalism.
Mhm.
So like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made you a wrestling fan in the first place, if you don't mind me asking?
So I grew up knowing about wrestling. Like who didn't watch Total Divas? Who didn't watch Total Bellas? Like who wasn't in that? My little brother actually loved wrestling. Like I have like fond memories of him playing with his little New Day toys and like, oh, Bootios! And like he loved the New Day. I'm like, all I know is that I love Nikki and Brie, so that's all I got. But last year's WrestleMania, my mom just turned it on and she was like, you should watch it. And I've always known about like Rhea Ripley and like all the things that you see on like your For You page. But I just got over a pretty tough breakup and I was just like, I have a lot of alone time now. Why not just watch wrestling? And now I'm obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. I love it.
Oh my God. Is there any like particular wrestler? Like I know Jay is your favorite, but like is there any particular wrestler that like drew you in?
Rhea, obviously, who doesn't love mommy? It's just the way that she captivates the crowd. Everyone loves mommy, and she's so confident and she knows who she is. And honestly, CM Punk. Love CM Punk. I love that man. He honestly, it's just his It's the mic. It's him on the mic. I love how he can he's a pot stirrer, and I love that. I love that about him.
No, he honestly, I kind of feel similar ways because I started when I was young and then I got disconnected from it from a couple years, and I think like 2023, um, right before Mania, I feel like it was like 2 weeks before Mania, I started watching it again, and I was so confused with like what was going on. Right before WrestleMania 39, and I just see Rhea, so very similar. Very similar to that, yeah. I know you got into it more recently.
Yeah, I've always knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously like growing up with my two brothers, like they've always watched it, but I just never, was interested in it. Like I was like, oh, I'm too cool for that. And then like I would watch it here and there. But then I met this one and she drew me back in.
Yep.
Or she drew me full and deep.
Mm-hmm. And here we are.
Here we are.
Literally, that was like, come on, you got it, you gotta go. Come on, you just do it. And once you do it, it's like it's not just about watching the wrestling, it's the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like, you go to a live event, and I don't care if I'm in the nosebleeds. I'm around a bunch of other people who love wrestling and just feeling it, feeling the love, feeling the hype is just so much better than just sitting at home watching it. You know what I mean?
The atmosphere is insane.
Yes.
Especially like when we went to the Rumble, like that was something like I've never experienced. Like I love going to concerts. And then like I've always been impressed with like the atmosphere of concerts and stuff like that. That's why like I'm hardcore concert girly. But like going to like these live events, it's insane. Like it's on like a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
And it's like concerts where like you all have this common love, which is wrestling and what those superstars are doing in front of you. So you just put everything else to the side, and for those 2-3 hours, you're just locked in. And it's so beautiful. Like every time I walk in before anything happens, I have chills. It's so beautiful.
Oh, it's so crazy. When we went to Raw too, that atmosphere was insane.
Yeah.
Like we were able to get free tickets and it was amazing. Oh my God.
NXT was like
NXT was also insane.
Because
I love NXT.
Just came to Cincinnati last month. I know you went. You just recently went as well.
Yes. The Performance Center is here in Orlando. So really all you have to do is sign up. Yeah. If you sign up, they give you like this, they send you like an email and you sign up, whatever, and then they'll tell you if you're chosen. And then you go to Full Sail and they have like buses and then they shuttle you to the Performance Center. And you don't really have to pay anything as long as you're on that list, and it's kind of like a first come, first serve for seats type thing.
That's crazy. I did not know it worked like that.
Well,
so
it's basically
a free live event.
Yeah.
That sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
see Trick Williams for free.
You got I was drooling.
Chelsea Green.
I cried. Did y'all see that she reposted my story?
Yes. I was gonna text you too. I was gonna text you and be like, oh my God.
That's mother.
For real. No, yeah. Right after Mania, I did like my recap post and she reposted my picture on there too. And I was like full freaking out. And then she retweeted me like a couple weeks ago too when I made her a sign. I think it was last year or some point.
Do y'all have like wrestlers that just have like a weird like soft spot in your heart?
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Dom is in one. Dom is one.
I love Dom.
Dom is one. I go back and forth.
Dom is recent.
Dom is recent
because I watched the R&D breakup in person.
Oh, I felt like I was the one getting broken up with. For like a week after that, my whole house was quiet. We were just like,
I just rewatched the broadcast for SummerSlam because I had not watched it because I went there and saw it live. Yeah. And it was like a whole new feeling. I was just like, no, this isn't, why is this happening? This is not happening. What's going on? Else do I have like a soft spot for? I don't know why, but I really love Julius Creed.
Oh,
I really love Dexter Lumis too.
Tongaloa.
That's a good one.
Our botch king.
For me, is probably Sami Zayn.
I love Sami.
I love Sami Zayn. He was the first, when I went to my first ever house show, him against, I forgot who he was, but I remember him coming out, I was like, I don't know this guy, but I like his theme song, period. And then it just stuck. I love Sami
Oh,
Zayn.
I love Sami. And like, I love Sami. I love Sami so much.
I think that brings us to our last question. Where do you see yourself taking your content? I know you mentioned with your with marketing and possibly working in social media for WWE. Where else do you see yourself going with this?
I just want to inspire other girls. I want them to feel like I love wrestling and I'm going to scream it to the top of the rooftops and I'm not going to let anyone else tell me otherwise. And um I've seen a lot of comment sections of guys going on girls' comments saying, "Oh, you don't know anything. Please tell this and that, that, that." Like, it's not about that. We need to share the common love of the sport and of these superstars. And I just want everyone to feel accepted, feel loved, and it's just an outlet. This is something that everyone can share together, and I just think it's so beautiful. I can go on and on and on and on about like the deeper part about wrestling and how it means so much to me. But yeah, I wanted to keep lifestyle that like I love wrestling, I love Disney, I love reading, and you can just be yourself unapologetically.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You were one of the people who also inspired me to like start posting. Like on my, yeah. And then like we were at Rumble and I was like, you know what? I was like, there was this one girl on TikTok. Um, and then there was like you, Emma, Elle, the three main girly pops.
I love Emma.
Mhm.
She's actually the girl who inspired me to start posting more.
I know, and she just hit 10K.
My girl, we were in the group chat. We had me, her, and my friend Alicia. She's from, I went to NXT with her. We have a little group chat and we were like blowing it up. And I literally watched her hit 10K and I was just so excited for her.
Oh my
So
God.
awesome.
Yeah, she's on Friday. I
I'm
have
so
her on
excited. Tell
Friday.
me about it. I'm so excited. But like this just wrestling has besties. We all know each other. We all love each other. And we can just put everything aside and know that we love each other because we share the love of wrestling. And I can't think of any other sport or any other community as like tough love and so much love than wrestling. And I can't match that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It just proves that women can be multifaceted, have so many different interests that you
Oh,
don't have to stick to one.
Oh yeah.
oh, I agree. And I think it's so beautiful when I see other girls who are like, oh, I love wrestling. I'm like, oh, period. So you're confident, you know who you are. And like you said, it can show that women can love like a gajillion things, different things. And I just I'm like, oh, you know, Lore, you're so smart. I love it.
No, it's so good. I know because I love wrestling first and foremost, but I also love hockey. I love football. I love baseball. I love doing my makeup.
Works at Sephora.
I do. There's so many things I love, and there's so many things I could talk about, and I just love being able to do that. All right.
I think that wraps it up.
I think that's all the time we got. So, everybody, thank you for watching. Listen to the Northerner Now produced in the same studio as our podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Diva Discussion Pod and on TikTok at the Diva Discussion.
And follow Haley on all of her social medias. Haley, if you want to plug them.
On TikTok, I'm .. Haley, and then on Instagram, I'm Haley Loves WWE.
Bye, Divas.
Bye.